New York, so I still felt bad and everything. And I knew kids in my class who had parents lived in New York and family members and stuff like that. So it was a very sad time, you know. But that's all I really can say about it. My heart goes out to all the people that we have lost somebody or somebody else. So up first, we're gonna have Sergeant Cadet First Class Gable to do a prayer. So.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather here tonight to pay respect to lives lost during a very tragic time in our nation's history. September 11th will always be remembered when we were viciously attacked by an enemy that we didn't really know we had. Dear Heavenly Father, just pray that you be with the families of all the victims of September 11th as they are remembered today and every day of their losses and the losses around them. And I also pray for the troops that are in Iraq and Afghanistan right now fighting this war that was started that day. Keep them safe. Keep their families safe. Bring them all back home. Lord, I just want to raise up all the souls that have already died in this war for our nation. They can greet you with a smiling face and welcome home with loving arms. Lord, I want to thank you for the personal benefit today of a close friend finally coming home from Iraq. It meant the world to see him, and I really hope that everybody who has a brother or a sister or a father overseas can share that same joy that I shared today. God, I pray that you be with us all tonight as we remember what happened September 11th. And be with everybody who's felt those effects and are still feeling those effects to this day.
Next, we're gonna have Student Affairs, Mr. Jim Harris to speak.
Just have a few words to say. Ms. Cooper and Mr. Zellner and I have been through many very tragic events that affected this nation and that we remember very vividly. The assassination of John F. Kennedy, the assassination of Robert Kennedy, the assassination of Martin Luther King. These were all terribly tragic days that I'm sure that Annie and Al can remember where they were at the time that we heard about these deaths. But 9/11 was something different because there were so many people who perished, and these were not national figures. These were mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, ordinary workers, and many firefighters in New York City. I remember being back at Wilkes University when one of my colleagues came into my office and said the World Trade Center had just been hit by a plane. So I immediately went over to one of our student lounges and was watching TV, saw the second plane hit the tower, and then shortly after seeing the Pentagon being hit, and then hearing of the plane that went down in western Pennsylvania. And that day I took my students who were in my classes, and instead of having just watched all the news, and it was just a very somber and sobering and sad day for all of us. And I think there was a feeling of depression throughout the country for a very long time. And many people are still feeling the effects of it because of having lost friends and loved ones. One of the surprises I had that day was something that was very disturbing. I had a student who had graduated the year before at Wilkes University who was visiting and staying at my home for a few days. And he was a native of Kuwait. he had a home in Washington, D.C., and he was called the day after 9/11 and told not to return for several days because of all the anti-Arab sentiment. And that evening on 9/11, he and another student of mine went out to a restaurant for dinner, and I remember the really hostile looks that he had received in the restaurant because he was someone who was of the same basic nationality or ethnic origin as the people who created the horrible events of 9/11. So, as we think of what happened over there, I hope you will also put behind any prejudices that you have against people just because they happen to be Arab or from the Middle East, and don't hold them responsible for something that a few very horrible men did. And again, it's great to see all of you out here, and don't forget 9/11, because hopefully that will be the worst tragic national event that you will have experienced in your